What's going on, guys? It's KOdi. Today I'm going to be showing my dueling build, which shows my armor sets, my skills, and my champion points, and a little bit of commentated gameplay of how I duel. So I'm wearing 4 Magnus, 4 Healer, and 4 Seducer. This can be achieved by having 3 Healer jewelry pieces, 1 Healer armor, 4 Magnus armor, and 2 Seducer armor with 2 sets of sword and shield of the Seducer. I'm wearing all Magicka glyphs on my armor, reinforced on the big, divines on the small. Unless you can afford Nirnhone, I'd grab a little pieces of that. I have stamina glyphs on my shields. Nirnhone on the swords would be the best. Sharpen if you can't. Reduces cost of spells on my jewelry, and that's about it. So let's jump into my skills. I'm running Burning Embers, Flame Lash, Fossilize, Dragon Fire Scale, Choking Talons, and Shooting Star. If you don't have Shooting Star, Ferocious Leap can work too. It's pretty much my execute. On my other bar, I have Harness Magicka, Eruption, Engulfing Flames, Igneous Shield, Green Drag Blood, and Devouring Swarms. Vampire isn't meant for dueling, but I play a lot of open world, so it doesn't really bother me. If you are not a vampire, which is most recommended if you're going to be a dueler, I'd put either Dawnbreaker or Ferocious Leap and just use Meteor here. So many of you may ask why I use Harness Magicka against stamina users. Well, I don't. I use Volatile Armor instead to give me that armor boost. Take a little bit less damage from physical damage. So that is pretty much it for my bars. Make sure to grab all those passes for my champion points. I have 72 in a Magician, 16 in Mooncalf and Arcanist, 13 into Tumbling, 100 into Elemental Expert, 16 into Blessed, 1 into Spell Erosion, 75 into Block Expertise, and these are pretty much spread out. Probably don't have as much champion points as me, but if you do, that's good. But you can kind of get the gist of where I put the majority of my points into. So that's pretty much it for my skills and armor. Now I'm going to be showing you a little bit of gameplay to get you a better gist of becoming a better dueler. Now we're going to jump into the commentated gameplay of 1v1. Before we start this, I want to shout out my friend Axie Rito. I'll leave his YouTube in the description below. He's a Magicka Dragonknight, so you're going to want to make sure you have Harness Magicka on. And I forgot to mention this earlier in the video of my skills. If you are versing a class with very low projectiles, you're going to want to slot Defensive Stance instead of Reflective Scales. Reflective Scales is mainly used against Sorks or a class which use and rely on many projectiles. So we're going to start this duel. I'm pretty much just going to go through what I do, my skill rotation and my defensive rotation. So we're going to start this. So in any given duel, the first thing you're going to want to do is buff up with your shields, so Igneous and Harness. Then you're going to want to put Defensive Posture up, which I missed in this video, but you're going to want to put that up as your buff too. Lasts for 30 seconds, so you'll have a lot of time before you have to reapply it. Whenever you get low to around 1k shields or no shields at all, you're going to want to reapply them right away. As you see in my video, I go through the skill rotation of Burning Embers, Eruption, and Engulfing Flames. And I use Choking Talons all the time to give me the line of sight on my enemy from behind. He pretty much just stands there rooted while I can whip at him and do a whole bunch of damage. I also forget to mention that you're supposed to use your CC whenever the opponent does not have CC immunity, which is the CC skill I'm using right now is Fossilize. He has CC immunity never in this video because I forget to fossilize him because I'm too busy showing my rotation. But you're pretty much going to want to just use the rotation I tell you to use, which is the Burning Embers, Engulfing, and Eruption. And when you put the Eruption down, you're going to want to make sure that he's in the Eruption. You can do this by having him in the Talons or your Fossilized route. As you saw earlier, I meteored him, and right before the meteor dropped, I fossilized, which is perfect. So the meteor actually hits him when he's not on guard and can shield and heal. So that is pretty much this dueling tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.